Welcome to today's webinar. Today, I'll show you how to get your partner to understand you without the pain of rejection, even if your partner refuses to change. We are about to learn some really powerful tools. So, I want you to promise me, in fact, make the promise to yourself that you will not use these tools for manipulation. This webinar is for you if your relationship is hanging by a thread. If you're single and ready for a great relationship. If you're in a loveless relationship. Let me talk a bit about what this loveless relationship is. Many of us find ourselves here in a loveless relationship. In fact, this is the most common reason to leave a relationship. If you're in a relationship for other reasons and you're not feeling fulfilled, yet you stay out of obligation, that is a loveless relationship. And this webinar will show you how to change that today. This webinar is also for you if you're in a great relationship and want more. Let us cover who will not benefit from this webinar. This webinar is not for you if you are a blamer. If you're looking for someone to talk trash with about your partner, or if you're seeking to manipulate your partner, then this webinar will not be for you. And believe me, this webinar won't benefit you if you are not willing to grow. I have 3 goals for this webinar. 1 is to show you the simple shift that you can use to save any relationship. The second goal is to show you the way to lasting love. Not just the first honeymoon phase of love, but lasting love. And the third point is to show you that the relationship playbook is the one and only proven solution to shift you from pain to the love you deserve. My name is Davin Kelly. I am a life strategist, and I believe that the key to a great relationship is communication. The DeKalb County Fire Department trained me to become a national registered EMT, but I felt the need to do more for people. So I was ordained as a minister, and 2 years later, I became a strategic interventionist life coach trained by Tony Robbins. My real qualifications, though, is from everyday people who, because of working with me, have better relationships. Take this couple for example. They got married after over 10 years of being together without a commitment, thanks to the principles in the relationship playbook. How did the relationship playbook got started? Well, I got a divorce. The worst part of it was that I felt I was leaving my friend who I loved. Now, looking back, I understand that I left my ex-wife so emotionally empty that we held hands before the divorce judge. We tried to be there for each other, but we were so far apart. After getting a divorce, I reverted back to dating like I had done before I was married. I was jumping in and out of relationships, forcing unearned intimacy, and then running the moment that there was anything resembling a problem. By my 5th failed relationship after divorce, I was seeing a repeat of the same problems. Every single problem I had in my marriage was repeated in these relationships. And that's when it really hit home. All these problems from my marriage were still there. None of them had disappeared. In that flashback, I knew if I was to jump into a 6th relationship, every problem would follow me. Knowing that stopped me dead in my tracks. This realization sent me on a journey on how to create a passionate relationship filled with love that doesn't feel like a prison. The problem I found on my journey was this. The only solution out there were for couples who were willing to work together as a team. The second problem I ran into was that the information shared did not click with me. It wasn't in a language that I could understand. And finally, no one seemed to understand that I was really doing all I knew how to do. What I got were teachers giving me solution, but no clear steps to how to make that solution work for me. That clear step-by-step guide is the relationship playbook. After 7 years, I discovered the hard way how to communicate my needs and wants so that my partner understand and fulfill them. And now I spend all my time helping others create their slice of heaven. After applying the principles outlined in the relationship playbook to my life, I was able to rekindle a failed relationship after years of separation between my child mother and myself. Now, we are happily married and raising our kids together. I also became an ordained minister where I am able to help members who look to their pastor for advice. I want you to know that there is hope. If you've been struggling in your relationship, this is probably why. First, no one has ever taught us how to develop passionate relationships. The relationship role models we got from our parents, our teachers, or whoever we looked up to were mostly bad examples. The third and most detrimental of all the reasons why we have failed relationships is because social media and television has fed us a bunch of lies that fills us with fake expectations and unrealistic dreams. You can have all the love and joy in your relationship that you deserve. It is possible to live a life truly happy in just minutes. I know this for sure because I have helped many of my clients get there. Take Tahira, for example. She said, I just started reading this book and I am amazed. After only 2 chapters, I demonstrated something with my husband and wow, the results were instant. I didn't even have to wait a few days. Sandra said this, every young couple should read this before their first serious relationship. There are so many couples out there that have been together for years and still don't know this stuff. My goodness. If everyone read this, I think the divorce rate would be cut in half. You can have a life of real love if you understand these 3 secrets. Secret 1. The truth I uncovered about why couples counseling will not work for you. Secret 2. Why everything you've tried to fix your relationship is keeping you miserable and stuck, or has made matters worse. Secret 3 is why my breakthrough technique will work for you, no matter how far gone your relationship is, or how hopeless your unique circumstances seem. So let's dive right into secret number 1, which is the truth I uncovered about why couples counseling will not work for you. Remember my emotional roller coaster after my divorce? Let me tell you a little about what led to that dreadful day. I'm from the Caribbean, and my first wife was born and raised in Mississippi. Needless to say, we were completely different in terms of the way we were brought up. Our different upbringing caused a violent collision of cultures. We loved each other, yet for some reason our expectations were not communicated to each other, and a huge gap formed. So even though we had great love for each other, there was nothing but conflict, strife, and stonewalling in our relationship. Eventually, we decided to go for couples counseling. But couples counseling failed me. And it may be failing you too. It is not you who are failing your relationship, nor is it the other person. It is because couples counseling has three main weaknesses that traps us all. The three weaknesses of couples counseling are these. First, your partner will not do anything. Sometimes you enter couples counseling, you want to go, but your partner says, nah, I don't want this. This is not me. I'm not doing counseling at all. This is not an option. I don't need to talk to some stranger about anything. The second weakness of counseling is that your partner may show up for counseling, but they think you are the problem. It is not a us problem. It is a you problem. It is where you need to change because your partner think that they are not the problem. Even though they are actually in the meeting, they're not open to change. They just require you to change. The third reason why couples counseling fail is because your partner may see that there is a problem, but they have no confidence that anything will help. They believe that the relationship cannot be saved, and they definitely don't believe that talking about it would help. They would keep repeating statements like, I have already tried everything and it failed. There's no confidence that anything new will help. These three weaknesses of couples counseling are so bad that you can find evidence at the CDC. It shows that couples counseling fail 41% of the time on first marriages, then 60% of the time on second marriages, and 73% of the third try at marriages fail. Why is this? It is because counseling does not deal with the root cause. Once you have not solved the root problems, you're just creating a situation where you have to do this or you have to do that, but there's no love, there's no passion, there's no willingness on either part to grow in passion. You eventually leave that relationship and enter a new relationship. And then for the second relationship, we don't put up with the same amount because we entered with the baggage of the first relationship. Therefore, we are less willing to put up with any shortcomings in this new relationship in attempt to safeguard our hearts. It is also the fact that couples counseling is seen as a last resort. And that last resort creates what I like to call a prison relationship. All prison relationships start with I and end with me. Everything is about just one person. One person gets what they want and the other person just has to go along with it. It is when you make demands of your partner of what they must do to make you happy without considering the partner. This type of behavior is completely selfish and does not consider the needs of the other person. Both partners are unhappy, and that leads to a prison relationship. This is how you know that you have a prison relationship. Whenever one person tries to control the other person using guilt, blame, shame, or threats. Before we lose heart, let me show you why we created prison relationships for ourselves. It is basically because for thousands of years, the power in relationship mainly resided with men. Because if you remember, it was just 50 years ago when women got equal rights here in the United States. Before women got the rights they justly deserve, the power in relationships was given to the male, and women had to literally just learn to please and compromise. Interestingly though, it is not just the power player in relationships who seek to get their needs met. Think about it. Even children learn how to get what they want through tricks and guile. This type of reward and punishment was the only way for women to get what they want in a relationship. So it became a game where if you do this, then you get that, which leads to a tick for tat type of relationship. This game is played with both partners on opposite teams, competing against each other, not cooperating. This is how compromise is born. Compromise is born from competition. And I can tell you, compromise will never save your relationship. Finally, and most importantly, a prison relationship will only work when one person cannot leave. The minute somebody is able to leave, then the prison relationship breaks down. Leaving becomes possible when divorce is an option. The minute they're making enough money so they don't have to stay to help with the bills, then they leave. Or the minute the kids are grown so they don't need to help with the kids, then they leave. This is the pain of a prison relationship. It robs you of the years that you could spend happy and fulfilled. We know what the prison relationship is and the reason for our prison relationships. Now, let me give you the solution. The solution is real love. Real love is what we're here for. It is the force that keeps us alive. It connects us. Love is how we live with passion. And the most important fact is that love is a skill set that can be learned. We would not know anything unless someone taught it to us. Every single thing about everything can be learned. Love is a skill set and it can be learned. This skill set of love is clearly outlined in the relationship playbook. So let us compare the difference between a prison relationship and real love. In a prison relationship, there is manipulation, guilt, shame, followed by punishment, criticism, frustration, compromise, withholding, and fear. In real love, there's acceptance, understanding, compassion, appreciation, collaboration, connection, and a faith in each other. The bridge that can take you from a prison relationship to the loving relationship you deserve is the relationship playbook. You can quickly transform your relationship from a prison to real love because you deserve it. This is what the Wandler had to say. It is shockingly true that men and women think very differently. We will all benefit when we understand that our partner's needs are not the same as our needs. Therefore, we cannot give them what we want and expect them to be happy. Danette had this to say. This book has significantly improved my self-talk. It taught me how to embrace the voice in my head by using it as a sign, not as a leader. More importantly, each point is accompanied by practical steps to implement the strategies and stories to drive the point home. Highly recommended. Let's move on to the second point. Why everything you have tried to fix your relationship is keeping you miserable, stuck, or has made matters worse. The reality is, men and women communicate differently. Men understand and talk to their lovely ladies as if they're talking to other men, and women communicate to their men as if she was speaking to one of her female friends. Communication is the key in all relationships. The point of a relationship is to come together and have somebody else on your side as your teammate. The better the communication, the better the relationship. If communication is poor, then the relationship will be poor. There could never be a great relationship without great communication. The relationship playbook can act as that needed bridge to help you fix communication. Are you ready to grow? You have to have an open mind, because inside the relationship playbook, there is a radical change that works 100% of the time. It always works. The minute you make this radical change, immediately you can change your relationship. I call this a radical change alert, because it could be rejected if you do not have an open mind. This is the change. Men communicate like animals, and women communicate like scared little girls. Let me tell you why this change will work on men. How do you get a dog to move? You use a calm, playful, positive body language followed up by a kind tone of voice. Not the word. Dogs do not go to grade school, so they don't understand long paragraphs. But what they do understand is your body language, your tone, and your gestures, along with simple, straightforward information. That is exactly the same way to communicate with a man. For women, communicate like a scared little girl. Think about it. If there was a scared little girl in your presence, you wouldn't be aggressive with her. You won't try to fight her. You will have more patience. You will explain better. You won't abandon her. You would work with her and convince her that she is protected, and that with you, she is physically and emotionally safe. And that is precisely what every woman is seeking in a relationship. Once a man takes the view that he's communicating to a scared little girl, the communication will go over to the woman as something she understands. And when a woman communicates to her man as if she's communicating to her loving pet, he will understand what she's trying to communicate. And that will drastically increase any relationship. The thing is, even before you get to the point of communicating your needs to your partner, you first have to communicate with yourself. This is your internal communication. This is the fact of life. If you don't have it within you, you can't give it. If you don't have confidence within you, then you can't share confidence with your partner. If you don't have peace within you, you can't be at peace with your partner. And if you don't trust yourself, you cannot trust your partner. You first have to deal with your internal communication. The relationship playbook will not only teach you how to communicate with your partner, it also breaks down in great detail how to communicate with yourself. How emotions are created, why they are created, and how to use emotions not as a storm that takes over or a wildfire, but to use them as a sign, as a guide, as a coach, to guide you on what needs to be done. This is what Ralph had to say about the relationship playbook. She said, "Thank you, Davin. From the very first chapter of the relationship playbook, it was extremely useful in my relationship. I guess God sent you to my Facebook thread." Derek had this to say, "I like the part of the book where the author puts emotion into context and firmly suggests that we can master all of our emotions when we understand how we create them through our thinking." It is a great self-empowerment book, and I believe this book was worth the price simply for the chapters on emotional control. Secret number 3. Why my revolutionary breakthrough technique will work for you, no matter how far gone your relationship is or how hopeless your unique circumstances seem. The key to saving any relationship is to understand that the purpose of all relationship is to meet 3 specific needs. These needs are the need for safety, the need for variety, and the need for connection. For your relationship to be saved, you must be willing to constantly give more. Giving more is the key to taking your relationship to the next level. You give and get more safety when you feel like you are the number one to the other person. You give and get more variety when you feel you are growing inside of the relationship. And you give and get more connection when you feel like you're coming together inside the relationship. As long as the relationship is given more of these 3 needs, you can save any relationship, no matter what level you are at. If your relationship is lacking one or more of these needs, it will start to die. There's no question about it. These needs cannot be fulfilled yesterday. It must be fulfilled on a daily for the relationship to grow. If you are ready, the Relationship Playbook gives you the information you need to take your relationship from good to great and from great to passionate. Because a passionate, loving relationship is what we all deserve. We should not have to settle for anything less. Here's what Gladden had to say. Where you place your attention is where you place your energy. Change your focus in life, and your life will dramatically change. There's always a solution to any problem. This book is a perception changer. My advice to you is buy the book, read it, then give a copy as a gift to all the people you care about. Ken had this to say. Davin's concise, to-the-point writing style delivers useful information on every page. He quickly identifies issues and gives you what you need to break through. We are now about to wrap up. So, let me do a quick recap of what we have covered. We've covered Secret 1, why couples counseling will not work. Secret 2, why everything you've tried to fix your relationship is keeping you miserable and stuck, or has made matters worse. We've covered Secret 3, why my revolutionary breakthrough technique will work for you, no matter how far gone your relationship or how hopeless your unique circumstances are. I know this is a lot of information, too much to instantly remember and apply. Let me ask you this question. Is it okay if I tell you about the amazing product and bonuses I have put together just for you who are here on this webinar today? Would you spend $200 if it would bring back the joy to your life? If it would make you feel truly loved? Would you spend that if it made you happy? For just $20, this could all be yours, and it's here in the Relationship Playbook. The Relationship Playbook says, love gets you on the same team, but communication helps you play the same game. This is what Renee had to say. I am trying really hard to see the positive and make my new life for me and my boy and show him the best side and version of me possible. Thanks for the Relationship Playbook. It's helped me along my journey. Is it okay if I add a gift? My gift to you is the Unlock Your Full Potential ebook. This ebook will explain the 8 things that will help you define your potential so that you will know your purpose. It will show you how to start building habits that lasts a lifetime and teach you to ask 4 simple questions to form any new habit. It will show you how to track your progress. You see, the measuring process can take many different ways, and in this ebook, we will discuss it. It will show you how to view failure instead of letting them stop you. It will also show you how to stay motivated to enhance your whole life. This is what you're going to get. You're going to get the relationship playbook, which is valued at $200. Then you're going to get the Unlock Your Full Potential ebook, which is valued at $100. This is a total value of $300, and you will get it for only $20 and free shipping. This is what Elizabeth had to say. I think too many people fail to understand their own emotions and how they are motivated through life. We should question why we desire the things we do, and if acquiring them actually benefits us in any positive way. The relationship playbook breaks down human emotion in an easy to understand fashion, then give you easy steps to follow that will help you master your emotions. Well, I want to over deliver. So, is it okay if I just add one more gift? The Goal Crusher ebook. This is the best system ever introduced for achieving your goals and creating incredible results. In this ebook, you will learn the top reasons why people fall short of their goals and how to avoid them. You will learn simple yet effective techniques that can help you reach your goals in half the time. And you will learn how to accomplish goals that matter and live a life of balance. The Goal Crusher was developed specifically to keep you in the path of success and catapult you to your dreams effortlessly. So this is what you're going to get. You're going to get the relationship playbook valued at $200. And you're going to get the Unlock Your Full Potential ebook valued at $100. And you're going to get the Goal Crusher ebook valued also at $100 for a total value of $400. But for you, it will only be $20 and free shipping. This is what Megan had to say. I loved it. I enjoyed it. I learned so much from it. And I'm going to keep it close at hand as reference whenever a new difficult circumstance arises. Alterian said this, please read this book. It stands as one of the most, if not the most important stepping stone in my personal healing. Because of this book, I am free and empowered to redefine my life. It came to me just in time. I wish I had read it sooner. Thank you. Let me continue to over-deliver. I will add not just one, but 2 more bonus gifts. For the people who are ready to change their relationships right now, I want to give you the checklist for both the Unlock Your Full Potential ebook and the Goal Crusher ebook. These checklists contains step-by-step guidelines for you to help reap the most benefit from the books. By simply breaking down one huge topic into easy chunks, you will get absolute clarity with the included easy-to-follow action steps. Each checklist is valued at $50 for a total of $100, and they're yours free if you act now. So, for those who are ready to act now, this is what you'll get. You'll get the relationship playbook valued at $200. The Unlock Your Full Potential ebook valued at $100. The Goal Crusher ebook valued also at $100. The Unlock Your Full Potential checklist valued at $50. And the Goal Crusher checklist valued at $50. So that's a total value of $500. And it will be yours if you act now for the low price of just $20 with free shipping. This is what Kate had to say. Every woman who has spent too much time, money, resources, stress, and heartache on a man needs to read this book. It is life-changing. Act now, and you will get the Relationship Playbook valued at $200, the Unlock Your Full Potential ebook valued at $100, the Goal Crusher ebook valued also at $100, the Unlock Your Full Potential checklist valued at $50, the Goal Crusher checklist valued at $50. So that's a total of $500, and it will be yours for the low price of just $20 with free shipping. Let me ask you this. If all this book did was to bring you closer to your partner, would it be worth it? If it only helps you gain inner peace, would it be worth it? If it showed you how to use your emotions in a positive way, would this book be worth it? If this purchase only did one of those things, would it be worth it to you? You can have it all now for just $20. This is my guarantee. If you get the book and you're not completely blown away, return the book within 30 days and I will give you your full money back. No questions asked. Because I know that the Relationship Playbook will change your life, regardless of your circumstances. Thank you. And I am looking forward to hearing how this book has saved your relationship. And remember, we are stronger together.